In the next two videos, I'm going to show you how to create user login and registration page. In video number 1, which is going to be this video, I'm going to create user interface first. And in video number 2, we're going to write business logic using Swift programming language to support user login and registration functionality. Okay, so let's begin with user interface first. I'll create a single view application. I'll call it user login and registration. Swift programming language, iPhone device, and I'm not going to use core data for this example. Great. Okay, a new project is created. I'm going to jump to main storyboard, adjust size to a different one. I like 4 inch. Okay, so let's assume we have a page which needs to be accessible only to users who are registered. So let's assume this is the one. I will put a label on it so I always remember this page is protected. So this page needs to be accessible only to users who are registered. Okay, and next we're going to create a login page itself. I'm sorry, I need view controller. Okay, so I have view controller. I will adjust the size right away. Okay, now I have a new page, and this is going to be a login page. So I need label. I'll put it on the middle, and I will give it a title login. Let's actually position it this way and resize it like this. So this is a login page, and for the login page we will create a very simple form, which is we will use email address as a user name, and we need a text field. Okay, and so this will be our text field for email address, and I will put placeholder into it. Placeholder text. Oh, I'm sorry, actually email. The placeholder will be email, and I need a new one, a new label for password field. So we have a label, and this is going to be password, and we need text field. Okay, and I will set the placeholder text for it, will be password, and login button. Okay, and I will change the title of the button to a login. I'll resize it a little bit, make it a bit bigger, align it to the center, and I like to change background and tint so it stands out. Okay, so I'll choose blue background and I'll choose white tint. Okay, very good. So our login page is almost done. What I also like to set is a clear button. When user types text and then wants to clear it, I like to have a clear button. So to set a clear button, I select text field and then go to clear button, options, and I choose is always visible. I'll do the same for password field, so that user can clear the field if they want to type again. Is always visible. And the password text field needs to be secure. Needs to be secure text entry, so that when user types their password, the characters themselves do not appear, and only asterisks or bold circles like dots are visible. Okay, so I click this checkbox, secure text field entry. Okay, so I think we're almost done with this page. No, we need one more button, and this button will be for those who are registered. I mean, for those who are not registered. If user doesn't have username and password, they need to be able to register. So this will be a register button. I'm sorry, register. And we will give it, we will set a different background color and a tint. Let's say white. Okay, so let's make it nicer. Label. We'll add a little label in between. I'll say or, like this. Okay, login or register. Let's make buttons the same width. So this one is 88, and the orange one is a bit larger. So I'll set it to 88 as well. Align it. Okay, or. And actually move it also a bit closer to each other. Login or register. Very good. Okay. So we have protected page, and we have user login page, which needs to pop up if user tries to access a protected page and they're not logged in. Okay, to support this functionality, we actually need a protected page to be embedded into a navigation controller. So I'll go to editor, embed in, and navigation controller. I have navigation controller. Let's zoom out. Okay. And the way I will navigate, let me hide top button and move the label a bit below, so it's visible. Okay, so the way I will navigate from protected page to view controller page is I'll use segues. So let's connect them now. I select view controller, hold control button, drag and drop, and from the manual segue drop down menu I will choose present modally. This is very important. We need to create a segue, and we will use this segue to present login view on top of protected page later in this video. Okay, and we also need to give this segue an identifier, and I will call it a segue to login view, like this. So login view. Very good. Okay, let's go to registration page. So I'll scroll down a little bit, clear the text field, and from my objects library I will choose view controller. Okay, view controller, adjust the size to iPhone the same size, 4 inch, and set a label for header. So this will be register page. Register page. Resize it, align it to the center, and in login page we have actually done this. Okay, and I will need label for, we will create a very simple registration form, which is going to be email and password only. Your registration form can be bigger one, can have many more fields, but for this example we will create only 2 fields. So this is going to be email address, which we need, and we need text field for email address. We will set the placeholder text to email, and we need a label for password. So this will be password, and we need text field for our password. Resize it. So placeholder for, we will set placeholder for password field, which will be password. Now, in case I did not mention, the placeholder text disappears once user starts typing, and the reason I use labels additionally to placeholders is just when placeholder disappears, a user is still aware of what this field is for. It's for email, and this field is for password. They can still see and understand what's going on. Okay, so we have email and password, and normally registration page will have 2 fields for passwords, like password and then repeat password, to make sure that user enters the password correctly and does not mistype it. Then you match 2 passwords, and if they do not match, you let user know that password is not correct, please retype it. But to make it simple and short, we will create 2 fields only, and then we'll create a button, and this is going to be a register button. And let's make buttons of the same size. So it's 88, and this one will be also 88. Let's align it. And you know what? Let's actually do a proper example. So we will label, we will create one more field to make it look like registration page, and this will be password repeat. Password, no, oh, repeat password, like this. And we need a text field. So it's a more or less actually working registration page. And to save some space, I'll move this up. I'll move this up. Okay, and just like with login page, I like to give it a different background theme, so it stays. Okay, so now user can use this registration page to register and create a new account. And in case they change their mind and they do not want to register anymore, we want to let them close this view. And to close this view, we need a button, which will be, let's create wider button like this, and the title of this button will be I have an account. I have an account, let me log in. Okay, almost done. Now, so we have a protected page. So when user tries to access this page and they're not logged in, we will present user with the login view. And if a user does not have an account, they need to create one by filling in registration form. So we need to present registration form to user if they do not have an account. And so login view will present registration page on top of login view, and I'll do it again using the same way, segues. And to create a new segue from login view to registration page, I will click on register button, hold Control, click, drag, and drop on my registration page and present modeling. Okay, and this segue, again, very important, we need to set an identifier for this segue, kind of name, and this segue will be from login view to register view. So storyboard segue identifier will be register view. Okay, done. Okay, we can run this example right now, but it will not actually work unless we add one more line of code. Let's let's select a protected page and then turn on assistant editor, hide this panel, and we will create, so when user tries to access this page, override func, we need to present a login view. View did appear, should be view did appear, view did appear, solve, perform segue with identifier, login view, sender, solve. So what's happening here is this: when protected page is loaded, when protected page is created, this line of code will execute and it'll present user with the login view so that they can provide their email address and password and log in. Oh, we need to override. Okay, so now it should work. So I can close assistant editor and run this example. Let's run it using iPhone 5. Because I'm running this project for the first time, it might take a few seconds for simulator to start up, but every other time when we start it, it will run a lot faster. Okay, so here we go. This is our splash screen, and protected page as soon as protected page loaded, it triggered the login view, and now we have login view. If I don't, I can type email address, and I see clear button appeared right away, so I can tap on it, and email field is cleared. For the password, I can type password, and you see that this field is secure text field, so I don't really see the password I'm typing, and nobody else can see, and I can clear it just the same way by tapping on clear button. And we have login button, which is not working at this moment because we didn't write any code for it, and we have register, which register button we should actually trigger and pop up register view because we have connected it using segue here, this segue. Okay, and we have a button which should dismiss the view, and we did not write a business logic for it yet, which we will do in next video. Okay, so this is it. Let's run it one more time. I'll stop, I'll run it. You'll see that protected page will load, and immediately as soon as it loaded, it will be covered with a login page which invites user to provide their email address and password to log in. And register page goes on top of login page, and then we will dismiss it with the button click. Okay, this is it for video number 1. In video number 2, we will write a business logic to actually create an account and let user log in. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to stay updated and be notified as soon as video 2 appears. Thank you.